Joran Sloot has admitted to killing Natalee Holloway in 2005 in Aruba. Not only did he admit it, he pleaded guilty to extortion charges. Let's dive in, learn more about this case. Hi everyone, Alex with Empowering Survivors. This is one of those stories that I remember. I feel emotional about it. I'd forgotten about it, but I was a young woman who loved to travel. And when I heard this news of Natalee in Aruba, it affected me personally. And it also changed the way that I travel and changed the way many of my girlfriends travel. And so I saw the news that Vandersloot was who was in Peru on murder charges, sentenced to I think it was like 28 years for murdering a young woman there in Peru, who he was extradited temporarily to the US. He was in Alabama. Today he had a hearing on extortion charges. So what happened is that he extorted Natalee's mom. He reached out to Natalee's mom asking for money in exchange for information on how Natalee died and where her body was. $25,000 was exchanged, and the information that he provided was incorrect. It was false. So he lied about the information. So he not only has extortion charges, but he has wire fraud. He took the money, ended up going to Peru, and within a couple of weeks, ended up killing this other young woman in Peru on the 5-year anniversary of killing Natalee. I mean, that's just messed up. I don't know, and let's not even talk about the fact that there should have been consequences for him. And there might have been, I feel, potentially like a PR cover up or something to not make Aruba look so bad. But Aruba ended up looking terribly anyways, because they didn't do a good job of really taking reins on this case and holding this young man and potentially whoever else was involved accountable there in Aruba. And unfortunately, another young woman ended up dying. So that happened. He was extradited. Today he had the hearing. He pled guilty to the charges of extortion, and there was a proffer, which is like an offer or like an agreement, where he was actually putting out information about how Natalee died and his involvement in that. Mom read an impact statement in court, and just to paraphrase, she refers to him as a killer, that he is a killer, and that that Natalee had been bludgeoned to death, sadly. But we're going to hear now from her. There was a little press conference afterward. And let's just take a quick moment here to just hold the family in our thoughts and prayers for all they've been through over the last 18 years. We're going to hear now from Natalee's mom. She was a beautiful young woman. She was going to college. Her mom says she was going to med school. So let's hear more from her mom. Before we do that, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, where we try to be a voice for the voiceless, missing persons, and others who need our support. So this is on the al.com, which I believe is alabama.com. The audio is not super great. There was another video that had better audio, but this was the complete clip. This was the only one I found that was just a complete clip. So let's go ahead and listen to this. And I'm going to try to put the volume up as much as possible.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here with us this morning. My name is Prim Escalona, and I'm the United States Attorney for the Northern District of Alabama. I'm going to make a brief prepared statement, and then I believe that Beth Holloway will also be making a statement. Today marks the end of 18 years of wondering what happened to Natalee Holloway. Now, Beth and Dave can rest, and Natalee can rest, knowing that justice was served. For the Holloway family, this has been a journey filled with patience, perseverance, and courage as they continued to seek justice for Natalee. I hope today will give them peace. I want to extend my deepest appreciation to the FBI, the Department of Justice's Office of International Affairs, the governments of Peru, the Netherlands, and Aruba, the United States Marshals Service, and the Shelby County Sheriff's Office for their efforts that helped make today possible. I also want to recognize from my office Lloyd Peoples, Catherine Crosby, and Tanya Benninger, who worked tirelessly over the last year and a half on this case, along with many others in my office who have worked towards justice for the last 13 years. Also, I want to thank the court and the federal public defender and his team for their diligence and professionalism throughout this prosecution. Ensuring a successful prosecution took a great amount of collaboration, and I'm grateful for all of the hard work and dedication that has been devoted to this case. The world watched in 2005 as Beth and Dave Holloway experienced every parent's worst nightmare. As a mother, I cannot imagine the heartache, the sleepless nights, and the tears that Beth and her family must have shed of wondering what happened to Natalee. Despite their grief, the Holloway family kept fighting for justice for Natalee. Their love for their daughter and sister is what brought us to this day. For Beth and Dave and Matt, I hope today is not just about this sentence. I hope it's about healing, about finding peace, knowing they did everything they could for their daughter and their sister. I hope today will help all of us move forward, not in sadness, but in celebration of the incredible life that Natalee lived. Beth, may her memory be a blessing. Thank you. Thank you.
I was going to interrupt there, but I'll just say it now. That it was interesting. I forgot to mention earlier that Sloot is actually also a Netherlands or a Dutch national. So there was something about, I forgot exactly what the specifics are, but there was something about the funds going into certain accounts in the Netherlands that also involved the Netherlands. So there was like a multinational effort here in this specific case. So it is quite interesting that they got the cooperation of so many different countries were involved in this. So it's incredible. So now we're going to hear from the mom of Natalee, who is Beth Holloway, and her brother is also here.
Well, today I can tell you with certainty that after 18 years, Natalee's case is solved. As far as I'm concerned, it's over. It's over. Joran Sloot is no longer the suspect in my daughter's murder. He is the killer. In the course of his felony prosecution, here for extortion and wire fraud indictment, he gave a proffer in which he finally confessed that he killed Natalee. He described when and how he killed her. He said that after killing her on the beach in Aruba, he put her into the water, and that was the last that he ever saw her. That was all verified by a comprehensive and conclusive polygraph test. Even with this confession, though, he can't be tried here for Natalee's murder. But I'm satisfied knowing that he did it. He did it alone, and he disposed of her alone. I won't give you the details of his brutal confession. Those will be forthcoming when the proffer is made public.
So she did reference, and I said it earlier, one element in her impact statement in court, and so that like the cause, like the manner of death, she did mention that. But I guess this proffer will be made available publicly at some point, and I guess we'll learn more details of his confession there.
The plea agreement, which was reached, his sentence of the extortion and the wire fraud will run concurrently with a sentence in Peru for killing Stephanie Flores. And that's fine with me.
And also, just before I forget, the sentence was for 20 years concurrent to his sentence for the murder in Peru. So there's about 15 years left on that sentence. And so, unless he gets some other charge at some other point or some extension or whatever, then he would come here for the remainder of the 5 years of that sentence and the 20-year sentence that he received here. But I think it's also important to note that if for whatever reason he gets a lesser sentence, like he gets his sentence reduced in Peru, that then whatever the difference is between that sentence and the 20-year sentence, he would serve here. So either way, he'll serve whatever amount of prison time he has through the 20 years.
Thanks to a lot of very smart and dedicated people here, I got the answer I've been searching for the past 18 years. Joran Vandersloot's confession means we have finally reached the end of our never-ending nightmare. And for me, reaching the end of the nightmare, being over, is better than closure. It's been 18 years since Natalee disappeared, and Natalee would be 36 years old today. I still miss her every day. It's been a very long and painful journey, but we finally got the answers we've been searching for all these years. We finally, today, we got justice for Natalee. So thank you all so very much and being supportive of us in our long 18-year journey. Thank you.
By the way, inside you said it's not repeated. How do you sleep tonight? As a mother, because what she has today.
Yeah, I think we sleep well. I mean, this has been the most unimaginable journey, and I know everyone has been with us on this, and we are so appreciative of it. But for us to finally put this to rest and being over, as I said, it's better than closure because our never-ending nightmare had to end. And we are so grateful that we can say that today, that it is over. And that is getting justice for Natalee.
You said from the podium, he's a changed man.
Any indication that with the confession there will be charges in a real rest?
I don't. I just know that there are no charges that will be here for his murder, but hopefully maybe they will look into that.
You need that or need that?
No, I have what I need, but I have what I need.
Did you believe?
The question was, in case you didn't hear it, it's hard to hear, is because of the confession, is there going to be a case now open in Aruba? And she says, well, they can't do it here in the US. They know that. She's not sure if it's going to be opened up in Aruba, and that she doesn't need it. Like, she feels, in a sense, complete. She didn't use those words, but she doesn't feel like she needs that for him to be charged for Natalee's murder in Aruba.
Did you believe when he said that he's a changed man?
I definitely don't. I don't believe he's a changed man at all.
How did it feel to see him in the courtroom?
It feels victorious. I feel like you finally begin to transition from the victim to the victor, and it begins to make the pain and suffering feel somewhat less intense because you are here. You are at this point, the pinnacle of the journey, and you've gotten justice and you've gotten the answers you've been so desperately seeking. So it felt victorious.
Are you confident you got the truth?
Oh, I'm absolutely confident. Yes. Yes.
That you had the opportunity to talk to Joran in the courtroom. What did you tell him?
I was able to tell Joran that I think in this long ending nightmare, I was able to express things to him that I had been wanting to tell him, as far as, telling him who he is. And he is a killer. He is a killer. He will always be the killer. He will always be now the black mark in Aruba. He's now confessed to 2 murders. So that was good for me to be able to tell him that.
Do you hope that Aruba maybe reopen the case?
I don't know about that, but I'm just sticking with victorious right now. Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about, in the courtroom, they said they used that as he was explaining what happened. How was that?
It is shocking and it is horrific to hear a killer that describing the brutal things that he did to my daughter, Matt's sister, it's shocking and it is very disturbing. But it's things that parents have to know the truth. They have to hear the answers as to what happened in order to put this to rest and for it to be over.
Beth, did Vandersloot let you guys know others are involved? Did he act alone?
Yes, he acted alone. Thank you all so much.
Tell us about Natalee. Tell us about the 18 years before.
Natalee was very bright, very smart, dedicated young lady. She was on her way to college. She was headed to medical school after that, and I have no doubt she would have made it all the way. So we love her. We miss her very much. And we wake up every morning with thoughts of Natalee, but now we wake up knowing that we have reached justice for Natalee.
And
So
she was truly the best sister I could have ever asked for. Absolutely.
Have you said a full and complete goodbye to Natalee at this point? Have you visited with her in your own way and let her know that you're not alone?
No, I don't really look at it as saying goodbye to Natalee because we wake up every morning and the hope that filled her life and heart fills ours today. So I feel like we carry Natalee with us even forward now, and that's a very good feeling. Like I said, it feels victorious. But thank you so much. You ready? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Wow. So hearing her speak about her daughter there at the end, she was going to go to college. She wanted to go to med school. She was beautiful soul, beautiful light. And it's really so devastating, so sad. But you see the strength of this mother. My goodness. Like, she feels confident. She's able to tell her daughter's killer that he is a killer. She's able to stand up for herself. But also you can tell that a weight has been lifted, that she feels lighter, that she is leaning into love and the memory of her daughter. And like she said, she wakes up every day and has the light of Natalee fills her up. So just such a true class act, and the absolute unimaginable happening to her, and she still takes it with grace and elegance. So just so much love for her, for Matt, Natalee's brother, and the entire Holloway family and all those who loved her. Just take another moment here for just thinking of them. Rest in peace to Natalee. And what do you think? Were you affected by the Natalee Holloway case back in 2005 or in the years thereafter? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something new, please hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, where we strive to be the voice for missing persons, survivors, and others who don't have a voice. With that, stay safe, stay thriving. Remember to trust your intuition, trust your gut, and make sure to keep it empowering. Bye for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications. Thank you.